From Hacksmith bringing fiction to life,
We've just made the world's first retractable plasma-based lightsaber.
to Electroboom achieving magic with science.
Now I can join the Society of Magicians. Fellow.
Here are 8 YouTubers who created life-changing inventions, starting with YouTube's beloved engineer, Mark Rober, who invented a device with a heroic purpose.
I spent 7 years working on the freaking Curiosity rover at NASA. If anything's gonna do something about these punks, it's me!
Referring to the porch pirates who had been disturbing his neighborhood in 2018.
Because that's when this couple stole a package from my porch. And even with the video footage, the police wouldn't do anything.
Further highlighting that over 2 million packages were being stolen across America every year. It's just so sad how common package theft is. How do these people not care about being a thief? Mark's mission was to make these people care, though, leading him to a light bulb moment.
This guy took a package from my porch, and now he's about to open it in his car, but what he doesn't know is this is a custom-built bait package that is recording him on 4 different cameras, and it's about to unleash a pound of the world's finest glitter, along with some other surprises.
This other surprise would be a can of fart spray, which, as Mark described,
You can clear a room with 1 spray of this stuff.
leaving room for one more innovation.
There's 4 phones inside. This increases our chances of finding it because we always know the package location at all times due to the GPS on the phone.
This feature would help Mark track the glitter bomb when it was stolen and even show off the satisfying results. Now, despite the first version doing its job, Mark felt he needed to go one step further to make the device even more effective, a feeling echoed by an iconic actor who knew a thing or two about pranking burglars.
But seriously though, your design was good, but actually I think I can make it a little bit better.
Leading to an improved version that Mark would show off on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
We doubled the fart spray, as one does. Sure. And then we added like a countdown. So nothing happens at the end of the countdown, but they don't know that.
It's scary to hear.
Yeah, and then also some police scanner.
With the final result looking something like this.
What the fuck?
If people weren't impressed already, they were giving a standing ovation after this demo. I thought Elon Musk was the real-life Tony Stark, but Mark seems like he could build an Iron Man suit on his day off, a statement that Mark would further prove over time, as he went from glitter bombs to building rocket-powered golf clubs on his way to becoming a beloved mad scientist. It all started with a desire to help people, though, which is something robotics queen Simone Yertz can relate to after deciding to tackle a common household problem.
I spent 3 years designing a coat hanger. Why? Fair question. Because I couldn't fit a coat rack in my bedroom, and it really annoyed me.
The annoyance drove her to think of an innovative solution.
So I was thinking of like, what if you could have a coat hanger that you can fold and you can have stuff closer to the walls?
With this aha moment, Simone started tinkering in her lab.
So this one has magnets. The issue with this one is that it can't hold clothes thicker than a t-shirt.
The inventor, therefore, tried other materials.
The issue with this one is that it's very violent.
Even the classic options weren't helping.
The thing about wood is that it's so hard to manufacture at scale.
Despite these challenges, Simone's hot pursuit of a solution paid off with the perfect combo of materials.
To use it, you just put on a clothing item, and then you fold it, and you hang it. How is this not already a thing?
Sure enough, many on the internet hailed it as the handy feature they'd been looking for. This is a really smart idea for people living in smaller apartments. I feel like you could push this at tiny home community because they would absolutely need something like this. The enthusiasm was also clear on Kickstarter, where Simone's project needed $50,000 for a successful launch in 2023, but ultimately received over 10 times that amount. As of 2025, Simone Yertz continues to delight customers with the coat hinger, much like Colin Furze, who captured imaginations with his life-changing vehicles.
That is the most outrageous thing I've ever ridden.
Describing the futuristic hover bike he made in his backyard to see if he could lift off the ground. This is the guy they don't let on planes, so he makes his own, a feat that was far more difficult than it looked.
There have been many different designs and shapes of frames. We've tried out all sorts of different ideas, we've hacked bits off, we've added some bits on, until eventually we started seeing some results and it started to get off the ground.
Getting a bike to levitate, however, was just part of the challenge.
Then I had to learn to ride it, try and control it, which of course didn't always go that smoothly. Controlling this thing at all is a small miracle, but with a little bit of practice, you can start to tame it.
The persistence paid off as Colin not only achieved his ambitious goal, but made his most popular video to date. The internet, however, wanted to see some more from the crazy genius. That's one mad invention. Well done, but will it fly over water? A question Colin would happily answer 6 years later.
I like planes. I like boats. But what if I want that boaty plainness in one?
Inspiring him to invent a kayak powered by prop blades, which didn't quite fly over the water, but led people to agree that having Colin be your secret Santa must be both exciting and terrifying all at once. Since then, Colin has continued to test the limits of engineering, much like Marvel superfan Jake Laser, whose invention had the internet's jaw on the floor. Dude, that prototype could revolutionize Ultimate Frisbee, referring to the realistic Captain America shield that Jake demonstrated in June of 2021. The shield was one of many superhero-inspired concepts that Jake had been making since 2015, from Iron Man armor to Spider-Man's web shooter, paving the way for one of his most ambitious projects yet. Jake, however, was motivated by more than just playing with the laws of physics, as he wanted to prove a point after fellow maker Alan Pan roasted his last invention.
If you found this on the street and you picked it up, I don't think you'd be like, oh wow, a real repulsor. I think you'd be like, oh wow, some kid made a glove out of tinfoil that can set itself on fire. Jake Laser, for this, I give you a 1 out of 10 for effort.
Despite the friendly grilling, Jake was intent on having the last laugh, getting straight to work on his next masterpiece, only to run into a series of challenges, starting with the right material to use.
Putting some plastic over the top and give it a rip. And it doesn't work. I think it's just a little bit too heavy, to be honest.
Once he found the right material after days of research, though, Jake ran into another brick wall.
Well, we broke it again.
Nevertheless, Jake kept pushing forward, using his tinker magic to improve the shield's mechanics and appearance, leading the internet to admire his dedication. This is how it's done. Thoroughly enjoyed this video, from concept to fabrication. With the shield successfully completed, Jake was ready for the final step.
And we're not going to be great at this to start, but here's basically how it works. You just kind of throw it at a wall, try and catch it.
Oh! The demo matched his expectations, encouraging Jake to test it further until he was ready to confront his friendly foe.
Yo, Alan, does it feel like 1 out of 10 to you?
Yeah, it does. You, Jake.
The video would blow up overnight, reaching over 24 million views to date, making it one of Jake's most beloved inventions. It even caught the attention of another famous YouTube inventor. I never imagined a bouncing shield would work that well, which was high praise considering it came from Hacksmith, real name James Dobson, who knew quite a bit about movie-inspired tech.
A real, retractable, plasma-based lightsaber. The pinnacle of sci-fi tech.
Something James had been trying to replicate for years, only for each attempt to fail.
The internet is not easily pleased. Those are just red hot sticks. That's just a red hot piece of metal. That's not even a real lightsaber. Your lightsaber sucks, and you should feel bad too.
The Star Wars fan, however, was unfazed by his critics.
So despite the trolls' best wishes, we have not given up. Which is good, since, you could count on one hand the amount of people in this world actually working on lightsaber tech.
To silence his doubters for once, James hit the lab once again with his team, starting by designing a better hilt.
Look at the detail in that. If that's not steampunk, I don't know what is. But the real question is, how are we going to power this?
The answer would come after weeks of testing until James had his eureka moment.
Is that not a lightsaber? This beam is really cool. It's actually burning at around 4,000 Fahrenheit, which means it's capable of cutting through a lot of stuff.
Including titanium, which he easily cut through with his invention. The cherry on top, though, according to James,
we can actually color it using salts. Let's start with some boric acid. What color do you think it's going to turn the blade?
Leading the internet to admit that one day you'll be the first superhero on this planet. A feeling further cemented when James proudly showed off his final product.
We did it. The world's first retractable plasma-based lightsaber.
It's insane how the hacksmith literally made a lightsaber and it still isn't sponsored by Disney. Even though Disney wouldn't make contact, James became the internet's Sith Lord, giving him over 41 million views and even a collaboration with the most subscribed YouTuber. As of 2025, James remains busy with life-changing inventions, including a knife that can cut through anything, similar to Kevin Kohler's invention in 2021, a device that could punch through anything.
3, 2, 1. Wow.
This one-punch gun was inspired by a popular challenge at the time where people were using nail guns to open locks. When Kevin, better known as the Backyard Scientist, attempted the challenge though...
Oh boy. It's stuck. Okay, so that works better in the videos.
This failure, however, motivated him to come up with a more effective and fun solution.
I can't smash anything with this. Forget about the locks. I want to build something that can smash everything.
Resulting in the creation of a quirky concept that quickly won over the internet. The police need something like this instead of those battering rams that never work. An idea that sounded even better as Kevin showed off his technical marvel.
3, 2, 1.
Before improving its appearance and strength with one final touch.
Oh, it punched it pretty good. There was like no resistance at all.
It wasn't all about smashing things though, as Kevin showed how it could help clear out branches.
In addition to cutting down trees, it can also be used for construction purposes. Let's hammer some screws.
This was enough to convince the internet to give Kevin his flowers. 10 out of 10 build, 10 out of 10 video, 10 out of 10 gratuitous coconut violence. Perfect score, bro. Which is exactly 1 million more than the science fans who follow Unnecessary Inventions, real name Matt Benedetto, for inventions like this.
Take an office chair that everyone is used to, take a playground toy like a seesaw, and mash them together.
Further explaining what it would look like in practice.
Obviously, we need someone sitting in this chair having the meeting. We need someone sitting in this chair having a meeting. Because a seesaw doesn't work unless you have two people.
With the concept in place, Matt got to work, reusing 2 office chairs and connecting them to replicate a seesaw. Matt would initially try to spice up his invention.
Because why not add one more degree of spinning?
Only for the eager inventor to change his mind when he tested it.
I think I just got a little bit too greedy on how many different degrees of motion that we had on the seesaw. The spinning of the chairs is just a little bit awkward,
leading him to ditch the idea and rebuild the seesaw until...
There's no more movement on the chairs, but I don't think that's too much of a bad thing. I think that this height is so much better for getting into it.
The final product, however, still lacked a crucial element.
Well, I'm only one person. I'm not 2 people.
Which is when he called over his friend to finally show what fun office meetings could look like.
A little bit heavier than me, so try and go up and down.
Whoa! Yeah, this is actually awesome.
And despite the channel's name, the internet was convinced that the seesaw chair was the exact opposite. False advertising. This is absolutely a necessary invention that should come with every large office, making Matt's quirky design yet another invention that can change lives.